Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. So this time we're going to be reviewing Alien Episode 8. So the last video we left off, we had the little alien got captured. Everybody is in lockdown, as well as Kid Cavalier is also trying to figure out who will be taking hold of the alien octopus. This episode, everything has kind of gone silent, with the alien taking out everyone and anyone that happens to be in its territory or out of the facility, which I would assume would have to do with Wendy's powers. With her being the only one that can communicate and control it, she's probably just keeping it out of the building until she decides it's time to go. Now we quickly see that the baby alien is a quadruped now. It's not like a little snail thing that it was before they captured it. Now it's actually on 4 legs. It's still tiny, still an infant, and hasn't grown to its full potential. But one of the things that's always bothered me is that what's up with them underestimating Wendy's abilities? They've seen what she can do. Or maybe not, because Kirsch has been always tight-lipped about a lot of things, but I'm pretty sure that they have seen her abilities, they've seen what she can do, and how she's able to manipulate, the wavelengths of all electronics. She's able to control anything into the system. But yet again, they have done nothing to keep that under control. They just allow her to do whatever the hell she wants. Now, sometime down the line, we see Boy Cavalier going through this thing where he's having a tantrum like a child. He is one of those guys that he just thinks he's too smart, and he's trying to find his equal so far that we've seen in the show, which is that octopus thing, and eventually it's gonna come to bite him in his ass, like many, I wouldn't call him an antagonist, but technically he is an antagonist, tend to be. They get too close to the sun and then something always happens. Now in this case, I would assume that possibly that octopus eye thing will get loose or get close enough that it comes next to Boy and it just takes over his body, or maybe he saves Boy Cavalier and they figure something out, and that leads on to season 2 maybe. But as we know so far, there's a lot of things happening and they are on lockdown. There's also no communication within the outside world, which leads to Weyland Yutani getting ready to mobilize and are heading down to the island. Now they did apprehend all the other infiltrators, as well as Morrow, who is stuck in a cell with Hermit while they're waiting to see what's going to happen, while they figure out how to get all the comms back and running. Because again, the alien is still out and about, causing a lot of mayhem and killing anyone that it sees. It almost killed one of the doctors that was looking at the grave of the children. She was lucky that the team was behind her, protecting her, because she would have been the next victim. Now the kids quickly realize that they have all the power right now, that they were afraid of the people in charge. Once they realize that they're more scared of the children because of their immortal bodies, that they lock them up. Again, you put Wendy in a room that is connected to the overall network of the building. It would have been a different story if you separate her from the building and you can keep her from connecting to any other networks. But because everything is basically connected in that one network, she can control anything just from sitting there inside of the cell. Now, one thing I'm sure everybody was waiting for, everybody was looking forward to Kirsch versus Morrow, which eventually led to versus the hybrids. Really, the Kirsch versus Morrow was such a crazy experience because we realized that Kirsch is a full synthetic, whereas Morrow is kind of like a hybrid, just like the children. But he was created by Weyland Yutani instead of being, created by the Prodigy Corp. Now, the fight actually ended with Kirsch beating Morrow, which is very surprising, especially how strong Morrow looks compared to Kirsch, but Kirsch was able to get the leg up on him and put him in a headlock, decapacitate him, and he was gone. So he killed Morrow, and now we find out that his back was broken in the process when he got slammed onto the table, letting the hybrids just take him away and put him into the cell. Now, if you guys weren't paying too much attention, we get some backstory about Boy Cavalier and his creation of Adam Ians. Now, I never looked too into the name of Adam Ians, but when you actually search up what the name means, obviously Adam, like Adam and Eve, and then Ians means the first of. Now, this lets us know that this was Boy Cavalier's first android or synthetic that was created, which he used to take out his dad from the picture, and he used him as a quote-unquote figurehead or father figure to help him control and make Prodigy Industries. So by the end of the episode, we see that Weyland Yutani is really on their way, and they're going full force with jets, planes heading towards it to take full control of the island. And the reason why it's so easy for them, like it stated earlier, there is no connection to the outside world, so they're gonna go in there and seize all their assets and possibly even seize the children if they can't, if if they can even get control of the children because of how strong they are, but they can possibly seize the children and even replicate what Prodigy made and make their own versions of synthetics. But the question that I've been thinking about is, since Wendy can communicate with the aliens, she says that even though to people they are food, that the aliens are nothing but honest and they don't lie. They say what's on their mind, and they don't care what anybody thinks, because again, she's the only one that can communicate with them. But what if the aliens are controlling her in a way that she doesn't realize? Because at the core, aliens are meant to take over. They're meant to repopulate. They're meant to eradicate and become bigger than what they are. But I am so excited to see how this episode goes. If you guys have been waiting for this, I always upload it the day of. I don't know why. I gotta start working on doing it next day after that. If you guys do enjoy this video and you guys want to see more about it, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.